Hello, and thank you for watching this video on Catalogic Software's DPX vPlus, Enterprise Backup and Recovery for Open VMs. DPX vPlus from a high level really focuses on two specific workloads. First is data protection for Microsoft 365 and each of its many features. And second, which we'll be focusing on today, vPlus provides data protection for essentially all of the other virtual environments. When it comes to customers of the big two, VMware and Hyper-V, they have many options when it comes to data protection. Most legacy or enterprise backup solutions support VM backup and restore for VMware and Hyper-V. However, as costs of these big two continue to rise and the reliability of these open source hypervisors become more enterprise ready, more and more organizations are beginning to take advantage of alternative hypervisors like Nutanix Acropolis, Red Hat, Over, KVM, Citrix, and many others. The problem with most of these virtual environments, however, is that legacy backup providers do not support them, which leaves end users deciding to continue to pay for large VMware environments and only utilizing these open hypervisors for non-critical data that remains unprotected. That's where vPlus comes in. vPlus provides that agentless backup and recovery for these edge or open hypervisors, allowing end users to transition their critical persistent data to these more cost-effective alternatives. Here you can see a good snapshot of the wide range of supported platforms as well as the variety of backup destinations. On the left you see all of the supported virtual platforms, the hypervisors, Microsoft 365, and these are all the virtual environments that vPlus is able to protect. As far as architecture, this is a pretty good depiction of what that looks like as well. In the middle, you have your vPlus instance. This consists of two mechanisms. The first is the vPlus server. This is the management console. It's the brains behind the operation. It's the IP address you use to log into the web GUI. The second is the vPlus node. The node is the data mover. During backup and restore, the data resides on the node in what we call a staging space, while it's moved from, say, Microsoft 365 or the hypervisor to the backup destination on the right, or vice versa during a restore. In most cases, the node is deployed as a separate virtual machine, but for smaller customers, the server and node can reside on the same virtual machine. Depending on the size of the environment, say the number of VMs, the number of hosts that you might have, maybe you have VMs at different data centers, you can deploy additional local nodes to assist with load balancing or localizing the flow of the data. And finally, on the right, you see the supported backup destinations. These backups can be stored in a file system, such as local directory on the vPlus node, but this can also be NFS or CIFS. If you're a DPX customer already, these backups can be pointed to your existing vStor, or backups can be stored in object storage like Backblaze, S3, blob storage, etc. Now, you may be wondering, why would I choose vPlus to protect my open virtual environments? For starters, it's a recently developed product built using modern software architecture, and it's very easy to use. Second, it leverages the specific features of each supported hypervisor. This means that if the hypervisor supports incremental backups, then we can. If the hypervisor uses VM tagging for VM groups, then we can as well, and so on. One of the coolest features of vPlus is that it can integrate with Catalogic Software's DPX as well as other enterprise backup providers. This allows it to extend its support for these previously unsupported hypervisors. Finally, in addition to DPX and these enterprise backup providers, vPlus supports a wide range of other backup targets, including, like I said, local file system or NFS, object storage like S3, Google, Azure Blob, Backblaze, etc. And it's available at a very affordable price point. As far as licensing, we offer two basic options. The vast majority of our customers utilize the per host pricing, but for some of our smaller customers, we also offer per VM pricing as well. So if you are like many others who simply cannot afford the renewal cost for VMware or Hyper-V, but need some way to protect your critical data running on one of these alternative hypervisors, DPX vPlus is your solution. vPlus allows you to schedule and manage your backup and recovery workloads, provides the necessary disaster recovery options that local snapshots cannot on their own, as well as single file recovery, all from an easy-to-use web interface. Thank you.